Okay, so yesterday we worked on, let's go ahead and open our practice workbook. You can just right click on Excel on your taskbar and you should see it there. Just right click on Excel. If you have Excel pinned, if you don't have Excel pinned, there's nothing to right click on. But if you already have Excel pinned, you just right click on Excel right there on the taskbar and you'll see your file. Okay, so we were on the calculations. We're using the calculations worksheet. Let's read this again about calculating in Excel. So let's go ahead and open our Basics of Microsoft Excel 2016. And this is what you should do with text that is explaining to you well, non-fiction text. Any text that is non-fiction. What's up with this? It's not that. Oh, here it is. Good morning. So Maria, could you go ahead and read page 24, please. You can see it in Zoom if you don't have it open.
I can see it. Okay, this one, the performing calculation in Excel.
Yes.
Okay, performing calculations in Excel. Excel is a powerful application that allows you to perform many different tasks related to personal or business purposes. You can complete from the simplest text or numerical functions to extremely advanced calculations. Excel also makes it simple to process calculations using tools that simplify burdensome and long computations. The first thing to remember about completing calculations in Excel is that all formulas must begin with the equal sign. Just like when we are writing formulas outside of Excel, we end the formula with the equal sign. In Excel, it is reversed. See below. Outside of Excel, 1 plus 2 equal. In Excel, equal 1 plus 2. To create a formula, there are certain symbols that are used as mathematical operators, using the following. That addition
dash,
dash, subtraction, and
asterisk,
asterisk multiplication, forward division.
forward slash.
Forward slash division. To enter a formula in a cell, first select the cell where you want the result to appear. Enter the sign, the equal sign, followed by the first number or cell address to be calculated, then followed by the mathematical operator you wish to use for calculation. And enter the second number or cell address, and then finalize the formula. For example, you can see from the graphics below that the following formula. Open parenthesis equal 1500 plus 75 plus 25, close parenthesis, contains values from column B, row 4 through 6. However, the formula can easily be written using the cell addresses as open parenthesis equal B4 plus B5 plus B6. In the second instance, the cell address is used to calculate rather than the values in the cells.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's what we did yesterday, right?
Yeah.
The first one, we entered the values that were in the cells. And we entered our equal sign. I forgot what the first value was. That we entered the first value, then the second value. And that is easy to do when you have 4 or 5 values to calculate. But usually in a job environment, you have these large worksheets. And if you're going to calculate in that manner, the calculation becomes very burdensome, because imagine having to add 100 numbers by just entering the values that are inside the cells. You are prone to making errors that way, and it's extremely time consuming. It takes a very long time to enter 100 plus 60 plus 1,000 plus. Takes a very long time if you're working with a long worksheet. Loida, could you read? Let me make it larger.
Okay. Thank you. As was stated before, with you write a formula, you can use the number entered in Excel that you want to calculate. Or you can use the cell address to differentiate the numbers in the cell that you want to calculate. Here is another example using the values of numbers in the cell being calculated. Here is an example using the cell address of the cell being calculated. Notice that each cell is highlighted with a different color, and the cell address in the formula corresponds to the highlighted color of the cell.
Okay, so the next option instead of writing the values in each cell, is to use the cell address to calculate, right? Let's go to our practice worksheet. Let's click in cell A8 and look in the formula bar. And you can see how we entered the most time-consuming one, where we entered the values that were inside the cells. Now click cell B8 and look in the formula bar. So when we did this one, we typed the cell addresses. So we did equal and then typed a capital B3 and then the plus sign, then a capital B4. So we did that way. And Excel automatically knows that in cell B3, the value inside that cell is 750. It knows that in cell B4, the value in that cell is 98. So Excel is able to calculate by knowing the values inside the cell addresses that we enter in the formula. Any questions about that? Huh?
No, this number is the same. We can use the field and we fill it and we do this, we get the same sound result. But it's still, what if it's a different number?
What do you mean? What do you mean if it's?
We still have to put the value. Give it to the Excel to calculate, yeah?
I'm not understanding the
Yeah,
question.
that's something that's like, I don't know how to say. Yeah.
You mean if instead of 750, we have 10, and in cell B4, instead of 98, we have 1,000? You mean different numbers in that way? As long as you enter the cell address, Excel is able to know what the value is inside that cell. So you type B3 and Excel automatically sees that the number 750 is inside cell B3. So you don't see it in the formula. You don't see that Excel knows what number is in there by the formula, because the formula only have the cell addresses. But Excel automatically, when you type the cell address B3, it automatically knows that the number 750 is inside the cell B3. If it was a different number, if it was, let's say, 5,000 in that cell, as long as you type the correct cell address, Excel will know that what is inside that cell, and it will calculate. It won't show you in the formula how it is calculating, but it will automatically calculate when you use the cell address to calculate. Excel just knows. It knows what to calculate. And let's click and set. Any other questions? I don't know if I answered your question. Yeah. So if we click in cell C8, we also use the cell address, the cell addresses. But this time, instead of typing the cell addresses, we just clicked on the cell, right? We clicked on the cell. And then we put our plus, we clicked on the next cell, we put our plus sign, we clicked on the next cell, we put our plus sign. So we clicked on all of those cells with numbers in them. And just like in cell B8, Excel knows in the formula, it only has the cell addresses, but Excel knows what is inside those cells. And it calculates those numbers that are inside the cells. The next one in D8, we used a function. So let's continue reading. Okay, go ahead, Loida, please.
Me?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Once you have complete writing the formula, you must then
Finalize,
finalize
finalize.
the entry to view the result in the same cell where you entered it before. There is also another way to calculate that result by just simply clicking one command. First, click the cell where you want the result be entered. Then, on the home tab, editing group, search for the AutoSort command and click on it. You will see the cells that you are calculating hybrid and a formula in the cell that you select to show the result of the calculation. You must then press enter to view the result with the log.
Okay, so you can see in the picture in cell C10, you have a formula in there, but the formula doesn't have the cell addresses to calculate, although it has the range. It has a range in the formula. But this formula is different from the ones that we have been, that the previous ones, the previous three that we did. Sinead, can you read, please? Thank you, Loida.
Notice that in the formula in the graphic above where AutoSort is used, there are no mathematical operation
Operators,
operators like plus or
forward slash,
slash used. Instead, the formula contains a function called
a function,
called sum. A function is a calculating format used in Excel to make calculating simpler and easier. Addition is made easier using the sum function.
the
by
sum function,
the sum function by instead of reading many cell address
addresses,
cell addresses in a formula like B4 plus B5 plus B6 plus B7 plus B8 plus B9. We type the
equal sign,
the equal sign, type the functions, may type an open parenthesis, enter the range of cells you want to add, type the close parenthesis, and then press enter equal sum B for B.
How do you read the colon? So one person, did you guys go ahead and say? Say it again.
B4 to B9.
Got that, Sine?
B4 through B9.
Correct. The colon between B4 and B9, you read it as through. Okay, continue.
The functions simplifies the calculating process by once allowing you to enter less information in the formula. The second way is that there are commands just like AutoSum that you can click to calculate, and that way you do not have to enter any information into the cell to calculate. It is important to know that whatever you change the value in Excel, that is part of a formula, Excel automatically recalculate the result and display the change immediately in the cell where the result is displayed. When you enter
Percentages.
percentages in a formula in Excel, you should enter it with the percentage symbol or as a decimal. You can use the fill handle or fill tool to copy a formula you have entered in a worksheet cell to the right or to cell below that are calculating the thing. The cell address in the formula adjusts automatically so that the cell where the formula is copied to will display the correct result.
Thank you. Let's go back to our practice. And we have selected cell D8. And if you look in the formula bar, this formula is using a function. After the equal sign, you see the word sum, S-U-M, sum. When you use a function, there are many functions. Let's click the formulas bar. I mean, the formulas tab. Sorry, not the formulas bar, the formulas tab. Click on it. And you also have auto sum in the function library group. You click auto sum and you can see some functions there. But if you click all the other ones, these are all functions. These are all functions. You scroll and scroll, functions. And each of these are used for specific purposes. So here, these are functions. These are functions, text functions. We have date and time functions. We have lookup and reference functions. We have math and trig functions. And we have even more function. We have statistical functions, engineering function, cube functions, information functions, compatibility functions, and web functions. So the formulas that we are using in this class are the simplest ones. Some functions are very complicated. And you have to really study to understand how to use some of the functions that Excel provides. But do understand, when you use a function, it allows you to do less. Like in the text it was saying, instead of typing B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 and all the way to B50, instead of typing all of that, all you have to do, let's go back to the home tab. Like for instance, if we are adding, all we have to do is click in the cell where we want the result to show. And we go to the home tab, editing group, look for the auto sum command, the Greek letter here that looks like a capital E. That's the auto sum. You click that and it will automatically, you don't have to enter anything in the cell. You just click on the cell and then click auto sum. Okay, let's click in cell D8. Let's go to the home tab editing group and look for the clear command, the clear command. And then click clear all. At home tab editing group, looking for the clear command. We go to the home tab editing group,
It's
like an eraser.
eraser.
Okay, and then click clear all, clear all.
Oh,
Everyone remembers what the clear all command does? Exactly, clears everything. It clears the content in the cell and it clears the formatting. So at the top in D1, it says adding using auto sum. So to use the auto sum to add, you click in the cell where you want the result to show. So the click in cell D8, that's the cell where we want the result to show. And we go to the home tab editing group and we look for the auto sum command. We don't even have to click on the arrow to the right. When we want to add, all we have to do is just click the left side of the auto sum command. So we click it and it enters, it selects firstly all the cells that you want to calculate.
it's guessing at this point.
Huh?
It's guessing which one. Are you really need this one? It's asking us when it's select and through, when it's put through.
Repeat that, repeat that.
The Excel saying I am selecting from D3 through D7. Do you want to calculate this? It's already calculated. It's already calculated.
Repeat that.
When it's select on this cell,
When you click, you mean when you click auto sum? Uh-huh.
they give us D3 through D7.
In the parentheses.
In the parentheses, yes. So the reason why it's highlighted, it has highlighted or just to give us automatically?
It is selected,
Yeah.
D3 through D7 is selected just in case Excel made a wrong choice of what cells it selected. And you can easily change it. And we'll talk about how to do that. But you can easily change it because it's as soon as you click the auto sum command and it displays in the cell where you want the result to show, the range is immediately selected so that if those are not the cells that you want to calculate, you can easily just select the cells that you want to calculate, and it will automatically change inside. So let's say Excel made a error and we only wanted to calculate D3, D4, and D5. So you go to D3, put your mouse pointer on D3, click, hold your click, and drag to D5. And you can see in the formula, it automatically changes from D3 to D5. Everyone sees that? So you are able to change, to decide what it is that you want to be added. Okay, let's press escape. Let's press escape on the keyboard. And let's click in D8 again. And let's complete the formula. So we click in D8 where we want the result to be entered. We go to the Home tab editing group, look for the auto sum, and then click the auto sum. And then to complete it, you have to finalize, and you could press the tab key to finalize. And there it gives you the result. Isn't that a faster way? Faster than column A, faster than column B, faster than column C. Much faster. Just click in the cell, click auto sum. Make sure Excel has selected all the cells you want to add, and then just finalize. You don't even have to type anything. Okay, so now we are going to click in cell E1. And we're going to type entering function formula manually. In cell, what was it? E1, we're typing this, entering function formula manually. Okay, let me select this, copy it. Okay.
Finally,
Yes, you can finalize. Once you finalize, apply the formatting that we have applied to the other ones. Bold, different font color, horizontally center align, and wrap text. Okay, so everyone got that? No, not yet? Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Oops. See, I chose a different paste option. Okay, so we make it bold. Add add a different font color. Center align. Horizontally center align. And wrap text.
Unknown color.
Excuse me 1 second. Hello? Yeah, hi. How you doing? Who? Her sister? Oh, no. When, yesterday? She's here, the sister's here or back home? Oh, wow. Wow. Are you gonna see her today? I- Tell her that right. Okay. Tell her that I'm very sorry for her loss. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye. That was a student. They had a death in the family. Okay, so in order to see all of the text in E1, I had to decrease the font size so that it will all show inside the box. Okay, so once we enter function formula manually,
you can see with the text, you don't have to do it.
enter function formula manually, then we are going to click in cell E8. So this is how we are going to how we are going to type the formula using the sum function. Okay, let me make the font smaller. Okay. Number one. Number one.
You have to write inside in the text.
Huh?
You have to write down in a
No. I'm just writing it so that you'll know.
No.
Number one. Click in cell where click in cell that will display result. So that's number one. We click in the cell where we want to show the result of the formula. Then number two, type equal sign. No, not yet, not yet. I'm just explaining it right now. I'm just explaining it right now. So I'm just telling you and showing you in text the steps that we're going to take to write the formula in the cell.
That's good.
So just look at what I'm writing first, read what I'm writing first, and then we'll go to the practice worksheet, workbook, and we'll do it. So click in cell that will display result, then type equal sign. Then type the function name. For the one that we're going to do, the function name is going to be sum. Type the function name. Type open parenthesis. Type open parenthesis. Type the range to be calculated. Type the range to be calculated. Type close parenthesis. Then finalize. So there are 7 steps. First step, click in the cell where we want the result to show. Second step, you type the equal sign. Give me 1 second, I have to eat a candy. My sugar is dropping too fast. Okay, let me start that over again. First step, click in the cell where you want the result to show. Then you type the equal sign. Then you type the function name. We always type the function name in all capital letters. The function name always, the whole name in capital letters. Then we type the open parenthesis. Then we type the range, all the cells that we want to calculate. We type that range. Then we type the close parenthesis. Then we finalize. Okay. Let's go and do it. Okay, so we click in the cell where we want the results to show. So we click in cell E8. Then what do we do next? Enter the equal sign. Then what's next? The name of the function. And right now we are adding, so we're using the sum function. And how do we type it? All capital letters. You see that list that shows up below? We're going to talk about that the next one. So after we type the function name, what do we do? Open parenthesis, type the open parenthesis. Then what do we do?
Type E number 3.
We can either type B3. Okay, yeah, let's type it. Capital B, capital B. Oh, the E, right, thank you. Capital E. And the number 3. And we're typing a range. So what do we, colon, enter the colon. You have to press shift and the semicolon, the key to the right of the L. So you click shift and the key to the right of the L, letter L, to enter the colon. And then what's the last? E7, capital E. And number 7. And you see, it selects the range. So it doesn't apply a different color to each cell. It just applies the one color to the range. What's that? We'll talk about that later. You got it? Then we close the parenthesis. We type the close parenthesis. And then we can remain in that cell. So let's finalize with Control Enter. Control Enter. And you can look in the formula bar. You look at the formula.
So how do we know E7 and E?
Hmm?
We finalize E3 and E7.
That's not, how do you say it? Mhm. So we can either type it. Now we are going to select it. So let's copy what's in cell E1, copy what's in cell E1 and paste it in cell F1. Paste it, use the default paste, the first one. And then let's just, and then press escape to get rid of that neon. Excuse me. Everyone got that? Ready? Okay. So we're gonna click in cell F8. That's where we want the result to show. Then what do we type? Equal sign. Then the function name, sum in all capital letters. Then open parenthesis. Then we select. We're not going to type the range. We're not going to type the range. We're going to select the range. So the range is what? F3 through F7. So we're going to select F3 all the way to F7. You don't type it, you select F3 through F7. Select F3. No, you're not typing, you're selecting. You're selecting, you're not typing the range. Oh, okay, okay. So now we are selecting the range. We're not typing the range. Why is your insertion point there? Capital, all capital letters. Why do we use all capital letters? It's easier to see. Open parentheses. Open.
Selected from cell F2.
Three. No. No, click in the center of the. Remember, when you're selecting, you have to click in the center of the cell. And then you drag. If you don't click in the center of the cell, you're going to get a different cursor. So to select, you click in this, you put your mouse pointer in the center of the cell. So then what's the next thing that we do? No, we didn't close parentheses yet. We close parentheses. Then we finalize. Control Enter. Huh? Okay. Okay. Do it again. So. Capital letters. Open parentheses. Select the page. Now close parentheses. Now finalize. Any questions? So the one in column E, we type the range ourselves. In column F, we selected the range. Now we are going to select, because we want to add in column G. We want to add, so let's select. What are we doing? Okay, let's select F3 all the way to F7, F3 to F7. Select F3 F3 to F7. If you're having problems selecting F3 to F7, let us know. Now we're going to use autofill. Let's fill in until column H. We're gonna use the autofill. Autofill, everyone knows where to put your mouse pointer to get autofill tool. Okay, so now click and drag until column H. And then we're gonna go up to the column letters, G and H. Go up to the column G, put your mouse pointer on the letter G. And we're going to select column G and column H. Column G and column H. So you have to put your mouse pointer on the letter G and then drag, hold and drag to column H. And now we're gonna resize to 15.0. 15.0. 15.0. Okay, or anything close to 15. Hmm? What's that?
From the column G. I don't know why.
Okay. So in cell G1, I forgot what you call that. So we're going to so in column G, in column G, excuse me. In column G, G1, we're gonna type using, oops, using the menu. In G1, we're typing using the menu. Okay. And format it like we have formatted the other ones using the menu. So this one, finalize after you type using the menu, finalize with Control Enter. Make it bold. Add a different font color. Then we go to the alignment group and we're going to vertically align and horizontally align. So let's start with the vertically align. Go to the alignment group and you want middle align for the vertical alignment. The vertical alignment right here is at the top. So we want the middle align, and then we want the horizontal center align. Horizontal center align. We don't need to do wrap text. Any questions? Okay, now let's click in cell G8. Now we are going to use that menu that shows up when we start typing the function name. So let's begin with the equal sign. And we're going to enter just S, capital S. So when we enter capital S, we get a list below the cell of different function names that begin with the letter S. But you can see in order to get the sum, you have to scroll down. You have to scroll down to get to the SU. So instead of scrolling down, just enter the capital U, and then it shortens because now we have all the functions that begin with SU. And we can see sum there now. We can see sum. We can either double click sum, or we can use the down arrow to go to sum. Whoops, my apologies, my mistake. My mistake. Okay. SU. The best thing is to double click sum. Double click sum. And it immediately finishes writing the function name and adds the open parenthesis. Once you have the open parenthesis, and Melsa was asking about that other screen tip that says sum open parenthesis number 1, then number 2, and then 3 dots, and then close parenthesis. So sometimes the range, this will tell you how many options you have to enter for this formula, for this function. So we only have to enter one range. Sometimes you might have to enter 2 or 3 or 4 ranges. That's the more advanced functions. This function, all we need is, you see it says sum open parenthesis, and number 1 is the one that's in bold. So we only need one range. That's what that means. You need only one range. So you can select the range. Go ahead and select the range, G1 through G7. Oh, I'm sorry, right, G3, sorry, G3 through G7, thank you. And then close parenthesis. Finalize with tab. Yes. I can't hear you. It depends on where you want to go next when you finalize. If you want to go to the cell to the right, when you finalize, you press the tab key to finalize. If you want to go to the cell below, you press the enter key to finalize. If you want to go to the cell above, you press the shift and enter key to go to the cell above. So there are different ways to finalize, but it's all according to what you're going to do next, right? So we want to go to column H in the row 8. So that's why we press the tab. I can't think of anything else to show. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the formula bar. So in H, just click cell H8. Not the formula bar. Why do I keep saying formula bar? We're going to go to the formulas tab on the ribbon. Click the formulas tab on the ribbon. So you can see we have, oh, was it? Oh, I forgot. Oh,
If you guys
thank
can
you.
quickly go because we have another class supposed to come at 10:30.
Oh, okay, sorry about
No
that.
problem.
I forgot I was going to send a message yesterday that you have testing today. So yeah, you could go ahead. Huh? COVID testing. Yeah, I forgot to let you know. I'm sorry about that. We are supposed to go at 10, so I think we do it once a month. Mhm. So class, the student here had to go for their COVID, the saliva COVID test. Okay, they are back. Thank you. Hmm? Oh.
Yo pensé que supervisar me venía.
Ajá.
A supervisar me pensé que venía.
¿Quién?
Elaine,
Elaine? Oh,
porque supuestamente están haciendo lo de supervisar. a
sí.
los mujeres.
Oh.
Pensé que era.
Okay. So the next one in H8, make sure H8 is the one, the cell that is selected. And we went to the formulas tab on the ribbon. Went to the formulas tab on the ribbon, and we go to the function library group. The function library group.
Some of them, the definition and formula, everything is grayed out.
What?
The rest of them, they grayed out, only this one.
Okay, so we look for the auto sum. We can, it has two parts here as well. You can click the top or you can click the bottom. If you click the bottom, then you click sum. You click sum, and it does the same thing as when you click it on the home tab editing group. Huh? Oh, okay. Okay, let's finalize. Press enter. No, just enter. Okay, so now we are going down to row 11. Press enter until you get to row 11.
Miss
And
Yolanda,
use-
sorry. I
Huh?
just missed. Which one did you pick to find out to get the answer?
Did you go to the formulas tab on the ribbon? Go to the formulas tab on the ribbon. Then you have auto sum in the function library group. You have auto sum. You can either click the top part of auto sum, or if you click the bottom part, you click sum. Okay, so this is what we just did, class.
Okay, thank you.
We went to the formulas, we clicked in cell H8. We went to the formulas tab on the ribbon. We went to the function library group, and auto sum is there. It has two parts, a top and a bottom part. You can click the top part if you're adding. If you're not adding, you click the bottom part and choose another one, but you can also click the bottom part and click sum as well. Okay. Okay, and then we pressed enter to finalize. And then you press enter until you get to row 11. And then you can use shift plus tab to go to column A. So the next thing that we're going to do, let's go back to the function library group on the formulas tab and click the bottom part of auto sum. We're going to do these: average, count numbers, maximum and minimum. So in cell A11, let's type average. Average, you can just click the, whoops. You can just click the bottom of the auto sum to see how to spell it. Average. And then press enter. The next one that we're gonna type is, we're just going to type count. We're not gonna type numbers, just count. Below average, you type count. So after you type count, press enter. The next one is going to be maximum. So we're gonna type the whole word maximum. Maximum. M-A-X-I-M-U-M, maximum. Press enter. And then type minimum. And then click in cell B11 and paste. Paste. Oops, oh, no. Okay, paste. Click in cell B11, B as in boy, 11, and paste. You should paste the numbers, right? 750, 98, 105. No, we already copied. We did. No, remember when we, oh no, we didn't. I'm sorry. We used autofill, sorry. So let's go ahead and go to column H and select H3 through H7. You can copy whichever way you prefer to copy. And then click in cell B11 and paste. The default option, the default is the first paste. Okay, so once you
We did it wrong. It goes through from A11 to 18 to G11.
what?
You went horizontal. We went horizontal in a vertical. We facing.
Wait 1 second. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, because this is not gonna look very good. Okay. So we're gonna have average in A11. And we're going to click on cell A12. And we're gonna cut. Remember, on the keyboard, to cut is Control X.
You have to delete the report, delete.
No,
It's because they pasted and they have the face of the vertical, no vertical.
oh, they pasted, okay, you pasted the numbers already. Yeah, so undo, undo, undo. And then we're gonna go to cell A12 and cut. We're cutting and then we click in cell B11 and paste, paste, and paste, okay? So we cut the count that was in A12, we cut it and we pasted it in cell B11.
In this point, we can select and drag it to put an 11. We can-
All right, yeah, exactly. Instead of cutting and pasting, the fastest way, thank you. Click on maximum and put your mouse pointer on the border, the green border, and just drag and put it in cell C11. C11. And then do the same, not the same, for minimum. For minimum, put your mouse pointer on the green border. Click, hold your click and drag and place it in cell D as in David, 11. There we go. What's that? What? You just put your mouse pointer on the green border. You have to click on it, put your mouse pointer on the green border and drag. And tell you what, let's go to the home tab. Let's go to the home tab. Go to the clipboard group and click the clipboard dialog box launcher. We don't have anything there. Okay, no, that's okay. Close the clipboard. There's nothing there. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to select. Now we're going to select H3 through H7. H3 through H7. We're going to copy. We're going to copy. Then click in cell A12. Click in cell A12 and paste. Default paste. Paste. Default paste, which is the first paste option. And then you're going to use the autofill to fill all the way to minimum. Autofill all the way to minimum. Okay, so now we're going to use some other functions. We have the average function, which is very easy to use. We have the count function. also easy to use. We have the maximum and the minimum function, easy to use. So to calculate an average, can someone explain what an average is? Emelsa, go ahead. Emelsa. Mhm. So this is how you find an average. This is how you find an average. So let's say we have the numbers. Let's say we have the numbers. We have the numbers. The numbers, let's say 5. Okay, now let's do it like this. 5 plus 10 plus 8 plus 11. So we have those numbers. So we calculate, we add, right? So 10 plus 5 is 15, 15 plus 11 is 26. 26. 15 plus 11. 15 plus 11.
34. Yeah, 26. 26.
No. I said 8 plus 5 is 15. 15
Yes.
plus 11 is 26.
6.
Because it's easier to calculate that way for
Mm-hmm.
me rather than saying 15 plus 8. 15 plus 8, I have to do a lot more thinking rather than 15 plus 11, right? Because 15 plus 10 is 25 and you just add the 1, right?
Mhm.
26.
Yeah.
So I always trying to find the easiest way to
Easy.
calculate. So 26 plus 8,
34.
34, right?
Yeah.
34. So we get the total of the
Mhm.
numbers. And how
Yeah.
many numbers did we add? 4. So we have to divide. We have to divide 34
2, 4.
into
4.
4.
Uh-huh.
We have to divide that.
Yeah.
Let me get my calculator. Where's my calculator? I didn't, I thought I had it.
It's 8 anyway. 8.
34
Divide.
into 4 equals 8.5.
Yeah.
So equals
8.5.
8.5, and that's the average. Okay, that's how you calculate the average if you are not using Excel. If you're not
Yeah.
using Excel, that's how you calculate the average. But if you're using Excel, all you have to do is use the average function, right? So let's type this one in. We're gonna type everything. So what do we start with? Equal sign. Then what do we do? Type, what do we type next? Average, we type the function name
Average.
after we type equal. So we type average, remember in all capitals, average. But look, as soon as we put AV,
Yeah.
we get the average in the list below, right? So all we have to do is double click so that we don't make a mistake with spelling, right? We double click and it gives us the open parenthesis. So then we select A12 through A16, and it is entered inside the parenthesis. And then we close the parenthesis. So let me repeat that. We start with the equal sign.
Mhm,
We type the function name,
mhm,
which is average, and we type it in all capital letters.
mhm.
Actually, we don't have to type average. As soon as we type AV, we get a list of all the functions that begin with the letters AV. And all you have to do is double click on average. When you double click on average, it gives you the whole word average and the open parenthesis. So after the open parenthesis, you have to select the range. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. Okay, sorry about this. I messed up this time. I wasn't going to add the numbers. I was just going
Yeah.
to
I thought
use
too.
the numbers at the top.
Yes.
That's what I was going to do, but
Mhm.
I messed up.
Mm.
Okay, let's press tab,
Mhm.
and that's the average. Huh? 423.2, yes.
243.2. Wow.
So count. What count does is it counts all the cells that have numbers,
Mhm.
numbers only, right? So in
Yes.
cell where the 98 is, click there and type your first name. Uh-huh. In the cell where you have 98, just click on it once and type your name. And then we're gonna click in cell, I'm sorry, it's B15, and remove the 1099, delete the 1099. Okay? So now when we use the count, go ahead and click in cell B17, and we're going to go to the editing group. We're gonna go to the Home tab editing group, and we're going to click on the arrow to the right for the auto sum and look for count numbers.
Where is the edit?
What's that? Okay, click count numbers, and there is, but it only selected the cell above. It selected only the cell above because the cell above 64 is empty. So we need to select, don't do anything, don't click, don't do anything, just select cell B12 through B16. B12 through B16. You have to select. But if you click, you're gonna mess it up. If you click before you select, you're gonna mess it up. And then to finalize, press the tab key. And you can see
Ah,
the result is 3, right? Because why is the result 3?
mm.
Right, because there are only 3 cells with numbers. It's not going to set, it's not going to count the cell where you have your name. It's not going to count the cell that's empty. So it only counts the cells that have numbers in them. And there are only 3 cells that had numbers in them. What? 3? You didn't get 3? So do it again.
Miss Yolanda, do I have to
Uh-huh.
use anything from editing? I put,
Repeat that.
when I put this, as you told me, do I have to go to edit and click something? It didn't come, that one.
Share your screen, let me see.
There you go.
Maximize it, please.
Okay, sorry. Oh,
Drag it. Uh-huh.
mhm.
Okay, now you have to click in cell. Click in cell B17. Now go to the home tab,
Edit.
editing
Uh-huh.
group, and click
Uh-huh.
the arrow to the right of auto sum. Click the arrow to the right of auto sum,
Okay.
and then click count numbers.
Oh, okay.
And you see, it only selects
Yeah,
cell B16
16.
because the cell above B16 is empty.
Okay,
You
okay,
have to
gotcha.
select, don't click, don't do anything, just select B12 through B16. Go ahead, select B12 through B16. Go ahead to B16, right there, stop. And
Uh-huh.
finalize. Press tab to finalize.
Okay, 3.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. So the
Thank
next
you.
one is maximum.
Okay, let me.
Okay. Excuse me. The next one is maximum. Maximum. So we're gonna write this one, okay?
926.
We're gonna write this one in cell C17.
Yeah.
Enter the equal sign. And for maximum, you do not write the whole word. Mute your microphone, please. You don't write the whole word maximum. You just write max. If you write the whole word maximum, it's not going to work. So all capital letters, type M as in Mary.
Wait.
Oh, right there it is. The fourth one, you have make, array, map, match, and then max. M-A-X. Oh, I didn't type A. All I did was type M. Okay, so double click max. And then select the range. C12 through C16. Uh-oh, match. Why did I click match? I didn't want match. Equal M max. Max. And then not match, max. M-A-X. Then select A12 to A16 and use tab to finalize.
Good morning.
Ah,
Time we are dismissing level 5, level 4, and level 1 classes. Level 5, level 4, level 1, it's dismissal time. Remember, student services in the auditorium, and you can purchase lunch at the door as you leave.
Okay, so in some formulas, you don't need to do the close parenthesis. But the reason I show you how to do the close parenthesis is because there are some functions where you have to use the close parenthesis. You don't.
okay. Miss Yolanda, I'm leaving.
Okay.
You have a
good
great day.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Now let's do min. Let's click in cell D17 and let's do the easy way. Let's go to the Home tab, Editing Group. Click the arrow to the right of the auto sum. Click min. So the same here with min. If you type minimum, it won't work. You have to type MIN. Auto sum in the editing group and finalize. There we go. The minimum number, the lowest number, and the maximum number is the highest number. Any questions? Wait a minute. I need to, let me see. There are some students that Debris, are you still there? No, she's gone. Debris, I don't have her information. I think she was there earlier. No, ella me llamó y me dijo que la mamá de, no, la hermana de Noy se murió. Sí, y que estaban, pero ya. Okay, have a good day, Anna.